10-minute video, 10-minute video, studio video, sharing my experience with paper, okay? I'm a professional artist of 40 years. I have over 100 solo shows in New York City. Past 30 years, sold many paintings. What is paper? The magic of paper. Paper is a substance that has thickness, and you can use this thickness. And it's different from canvas, right? You can't use the other side of the canvas. But with paper, you can put a coin, like a coin, under the paper, right? Here, it's a special effect. Take a black charcoal, the hard one, 2B, and you get this effect. Now, how can you use the other side of the paper to create something spontaneous, something elaborate, something sort of happens by itself, and yet you have a control more or less. So you put those sticks under the paper in any shape you want, okay, under the artwork. So, and you remember, they're right there, right? So you want to draw like a dog, right? So here's the dog. If you smoosh a little bit, of dirt on those sticks, they're gonna pop out, you understand? And then you can work them with a razor. I'm not telling you to use sticks. No, what I'm telling you to experiment. Okay, you take shit like this, okay? You take shit like this, and you put it under the paper, you smoosh it, and then you make this special effect. So that special effect, that was the other side of the universe. This is your universe, okay? Thin as paper. You can use the two dimensions. You're not a sculptor. I'm not a sculptor, I'm a painter, okay? I paint on two dimensions, okay? So if you want to do this, I can teach you step by step. So we start by understanding the paper, the magic of paper. The paper has different thicknesses. The thick paper, the watercolor, expensive watercolor paper, takes lights from the sun or from the light bulb, the thick paper, and reflects it from the substance of the goo of the paper. And it has this magical glow. Can you see my reflection? It has this magical glow. Cheaper paper that achieves its whiteness by the whiteness of chemical process they use to get celluloid, okay? So it's not what you get from expensive watercolor paper, not to mention the textures, okay? So you have to be conscious of that. You have to be conscious of light emanating or reflecting from paper, because that's all you do for the rest of your life. You're controlling the light coming from the canvas or from the paper onto your eye by application of different colors and shapes. You understand? This is your control. You understand? The color, the whiteness goes into your eyeball. You are manipulating with the light, okay? The light is reflected from the paper. Repeat after me. The light is reflected from the canvas into my eye. And I'm the magician who will play with those lights that are being reflected on this paper with the power of pigments. And I will create magic. This is your objective. The magic is transcending ideas in symbols. What is a symbol? Symbol is something like this, okay? It's not a word, it's not a text, okay? These are letters. This was created over thousands of years. This is very deep in your subconsciousness. The meaning of a triangle or a circle or two circles is in your DNA. This is in your DNA for over 9 million years. Two-legged bipedals, they were watching for this in every bush. And as soon as they started to throw rocks, right? So here are bipedals, 8-9 million years ago in Africa, and there's a carnivore tiger about to eat them, and they're trying to run to this tree far. Oh, I'm creating a new word in my linguistic department, super anarchism. So it's an anarchism. Oh, this is gravitational waves. I am analyzing gravity because I'm creating a new direction in art called gravitationalism. The basis of gravitationalism is you allow the gravity to actually create paintings. You control here and there by putting things under the canvas. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about pan-anarchism as well. Let's talk about composition, symbolism. So I'm teaching you the wisdom of the paper, but I'm encouraging you. I am inspiring you to experiment. I'm showing you the shit I experiment. Like an hour ago, I was translating important business meeting, and I picked up the shit for the teeth, right? And I realized I can press it and make those designs that I usually make in paper with plastic. I take plastic like this, right? And I make a design. I call them watercolor, watermark designs. And I can design anything, you see? It can be anything. To be more precise, you know, you can write text, you understand? And this is a second dimension of paper I'm talking about. This is within the paper. So first we started from the other side of the paper, space. This is your universe, okay? This is the window to your universe. And this is a message you can incorporate in any way you want. It doesn't have to be letters, oh my God. It can be like spontaneous strokes, you understand? It can be anything, you understand? And you can press it real hard, it goes through 3 papers, for instance. Depends how thick is the paper, right? And then you can manipulate. Unfortunately, once you press it in, it's going to be hard to get rid of. Because just like an eraser, you know, it erases, but not everything. And you need to be conscious of this. This is your treasure. This is the shade of gray you can't achieve any other way, but only by moving an eraser once. What happens if I move it twice? What happens if I move it 3 times? You understand? You need to experiment all of these little things I'm telling you. Move once, move twice. So you know how to use those tools. Those are tools of expression. When I'm telling you, develop your own tools, your own language of expression, what I mean is like this, language of expression. I love my dog, so I'm painting this dog here, right? Barking dog, right? Big ears, big tail. Right? So this is a symbol of my love and my friendship, my dog, right? And the way I paint him, and here's his ball, but the actual brush strokes and the actual color of the environment, everything is an expression of your idea of how reality is, or your transcending ideas mixed with the reality. Ideas are inseparable of reality. People have ideas because they have experience of being in reality, being alive, you understand? Ideas don't come from no need. Ideas come, discoveries, new ideas, come from a need to solve a problem. Like, what the problem am I solving in this shit? Okay, I'm looking for a quantum universe depiction, symbols of quantum universe. How quark would look like, how electron, neutron, neutrino would look like. So I'm developing different symbols. I'm manipulating with very basic symbols, and I'll incorporate them with my copper, you know, the alien stellar maps. They sell very well, you know. So it doesn't matter. So let's talk about developing. Oh no, let's go back to paper. So paper. It has its own magic, its own. So we got the other side of the paper, right? Your universe. This side of the paper, the actual substance of the paper, the watermark effect. Now we're working on a surface. What can we do on a surface? Well, I showed you the irregular. You can glue things, so that's texture. Okay, you can splash things with your fingers, black ink, if you're drawing black and white, you understand? There are so many things you can do on a surface. It's not only drawing, it's actually hearing. Yes, tearing, another dimension. Tear something out and glue it here and see what happens. Or even start the drawing from a tear right in the center. It's called pre